Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to you for the second week of July, which starts on a very muted note on Monday. We have absolutely flat trade on the Nifty. The index moves in a sideways consolidating band after slipping marginally all of next week as we head into the first quarter. The index at the moment up 11 points. The low for today is 25,407 and the high is where the index is somewhere like 25,490. So it's a very narrow 80-point trading range as far as the Nifty is concerned, and of course the Nifty Bank now up 83 points. Flat as flat can be as far as broader markets are concerned, although there are pockets of outperformance and exuberance which we'll check in a while. Advanced decline ratio on the NSE is almost 1:1. 1190 stocks in the green versus 1250 stocks that are in the red. Now the index as far as Nifty is concerned will remain sideways till you see some kind of a strong set of earnings coming in from Indian corporates. Remember, the first 10 are right there in front of you when you look at earnings that are likely to come into the market between now and the third week. So 10th July we start with Anand Rathi Securities. Also on 10th July will be the two tech giants, Tata Consultancy Services and Tata Elxsi, coming in from the Tata stable, followed by HCL Tech on 14th of July, as also ICICI General Insurance, ICICI Pru, L&T Technology Services, Tech Mahindra, Axis Bank. This is the lineup of major companies that will be declaring earnings for the first quarter in the next 5-7 trading sessions. And that's the reason, ladies and gentlemen, why you see the Nifty sideways after 4 successive months of very strong gains, despite all that could go wrong on the macro front. A tariff war that continues between India and US, no sign of a trade deal. Remember, July 9th is the last date, as also the problems between India and Pakistan in the month of May, and between Israel, Iran and the US in June. Despite all that, we have a 9-month high on the Nifty and strong moves coming into individual stocks as traders await for some kind of clarity as far as changes are concerned in the first quarter. Look at JP Power today. So the theme today is, ladies and gentlemen, low ticket, high beta stocks. JP Power is the top traded counter today, 14% higher. 797 crores worth of shares have been traded. What you see is 21 rupees, and this is the highest that the stock has seen somewhere from October of 2024. So a very strong move coming into JP Power, and of course the defensive nature of the market is visible if you look at the F&O market. The top traded counter in terms of stock futures, ladies and gentlemen, is Hindustan Unilever. When was the last time we observed that? So Lever up 2.5% in futures, 2403, followed by Dabur 512, 4.2% higher. About 9,227 lots are being traded on Dabur, and then you have Godrej Consumer. So the F&O list is in terms of active futures on the top of its head. The most defensive market in the country, which is the FMCG stocks, are now ruling the roost. That goes on to show that the market is basically looking for value, as also it's hunting for newer and newer ideas when frontline counters are really at the top of the charts in terms of gains. In terms of top gainers, you have an interesting list. Both Godrej Consumer and Dabur are 4.5% higher. You have a strong move coming into Dixon Technologies after a major correction, 2.5% higher at 15,665. And of course, when you look at open interest indicator, there are lots of interesting moves coming in as far as long build-ups are concerned. Of course, they are led by FMCG stocks, but look at Bosch, strong move here. You have an open interest addition of 6.4%. IIFL Securities up 4%, has an open interest addition of 8%. And 361, this is the wealth management company, modest gains, but a strong open interest addition of about 8.1% on futures. That's how the F&O market is structured, and a strong move, if you see, is also visible in sugar stocks. We'll start with Bajaj Hindustan. We'll look at Vishwaraj Sugar. These are two stocks which are high beta, low ticket items, doing very well. You have Bajaj Hindustan 4% higher, and Dhampur Sugar 3.5% higher. I track 32 sugar companies. Out of 32, 28 are in the green. So you can well imagine the kind of move that is coming into these beaten down value counters. And of course, there is absolutely no stopping mid-cap banks and mid-cap NBFCs. Look at L&T Finance. This is a very, very sharp move that is coming in. Again, a counter at a record high with 2.4% uptick in prices to 10.4. This is an all-time high for the counter. As also, look at Indian Bank. Indian Bank at the moment is 1% higher, 657. These are all breakout stocks that are doing immensely well. And another move that is looking very good is into two counters. Shipping Corporation of India, 3% higher. We've discussed this stock earlier. As also footwear company Relaxo. It's making a comeback after 5 years, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen 514 for you, 10% higher, and a very strong uptick of 233 as far as volume is concerned. Second consecutive week of very strong gains coming into Relaxo. A strong volume built up that's happened, and Relaxo had at one point of time peaked at 1448. I'm talking about the time of COVID. And from 1448, it's been a one-way decline over the last 4 or 5 years, down all the way to a low of 390. And last 2 weeks have seen a singular rally coming up on Relaxo. So this is a stock that you should be keeping an eye out on. And companies such as Balaji Amines, Bajaj Consumer, jewelers such as Kalyan and Senco are up 5% each. So it's a nice broader kind of a market where indices are keeping quiet, apart from the Nifty FMCG index, which barely makes its presence felt. Profit booking in Nifty Metals, Nifty IT, small cap 100 index is in the red. Pharma and auto indices are in the red. So that's how the broader markets are. In the green, the PSU banking index 0.6% higher at 7200. This is something that can be watched. You see value emerging back again in Indian Bank. This is one of those very few counters that is trading near a record high. Strong move in Bank of Baroda, 1.5% higher. PNB 1.4% higher. You have Can Bank, Union Bank, Indian Overseas Bank, all trading in the green. In terms of volume buzzers, you have within the NSE 500 a strong show coming into JP Power, which we've discussed. 39 crore 41 lakh shares have been traded. This is 5 times the 5-day average. You have a strong move coming into Nuvama. This is a company that was hit by the Jane Street controversy. Rumor has it that Jane Street was one of the biggest customers of Nuvama, and that has been under the SEBI scanner. So a bit of a negative rub-off coming into Nuvama, but the dip is getting purchased 3% higher. About 410,000 shares have been traded on Nuvama as we speak, and this is about 2.5 times the 5-day average. So Nuvama is something that you should look at. These are counters that are always purchased as far as dips are concerned, and no stopping. AB Capital also. This and L&T Finance have been moving together. 277.6, a strong show in terms of volume and price action. So this is how the markets are structured, flat on the large cap space and pockets of outperformance coming into select counters as also select sectors. So good sectoral rotation happening. We'll be back at 2 to give you an update on the market, but for the moment it's quiet as quiet can be. Thank you for watching.
Hello and welcome to Business Today. I'm Siddharth Zarabi and you're watching Market Masters. Today with us, one of the most famous names in the Indian stock market, veteran investor and chairman and co-founder of Motilal Oswal Financial Services, Ramdev Agarwal. Namaskar, welcome to the show, Ramdev. I want to begin today by